Reaching was another tough song to write. After my grandmother passed away, my grandfather, who is 92 now, they'd been together like 70 years. Like, they didn't do a lot of traveling, they were just, small town folk. They I don't know if they ever had a night apart in 70 years. What is that like? To be married to somebody, to have a partner for so long, and then they're just taken from you like that, You go to bed one night, your wife of 70 some years is in bed with you, and then the next night you go to bed and she's not. I can't even imagine. I've been married for like 4.5 years right now. Like, I can't even imagine just the bond you could have with somebody after a lifetime together and what it would be like to lose that person. My grandfather's memory is amazing. I mean, people say he's sharp as a tack, even at 92, he's quick, he's funny. You can't get anything over on him. Like, there's no signs of anything wrong. After my grandmother passed away, he had a really hard time remembering, as some people would put it, that my grandmother was gone. And he would say things like, he'd say to my mom, where's your mom at? And she's like, remember, we buried her a month ago. Remember, she went on. He'd say, oh yeah, I don't know why I keep doing that. And it's just really odd, because you wouldn't think that he would have a problem remembering that because of the condition, how good his condition his mind is in. And I was talking to a friend one day, and I said, it's almost like, it's not that he can't remember, it's like that his mind can't really grasp it. Like, he can't wrap his mind around the fact that this person that's always been there is not there anymore. My mom told me a story. My grandfather's pastor came to pick him up for church on Sunday morning, and he gets in the car with the pastor and says, hey, pastor, I hate to bother you with this, but I need you to pray for me and my wife. She didn't come home last night, and I'm just really concerned. I don't know where she would go. I don't know if she's upset with me, but this isn't like her. Of course, the pastor who did the funeral then says, hey, Ray, remember, we buried her a couple months ago. She passed, and she's in a better place now. And he goes, that's right, And he ends up telling the pastor that he had called my grandmother's friend to try to figure out where she was at, and he was kind of frustrated because her response was, you're going to be okay, she's gone on. And he's like, what do you mean? And as soon as my mom told me that story, that preacher, please pray for me and my wife, because I'm afraid she's going to leave. She didn't come home last night. It was like a song automatically. I called up her best friend, but she wouldn't listen. She just said, you'll be all right. But I don't know what I'd do without her by my side. It's like, man, like, literally sat down at the piano and that just came out. Started playing like these churchy chords and sampled a choir and put a little organ in there. Got my friend Austin Goodlow to put some guitar on it just to add some soul to it. And just kind of has that kind of church vibe, that old school vibe. I knew I had that first part of the song, but I didn't know where I was going with it. And then I just spelled it out the way I saw it. There's nothing wrong with my memory. It's just really hard for me to believe that this is my reality. Tell me, how do you convince yourself the one that you've loved for so long is gone? And then he's speaking, tell me, how did I really forget the one that I've loved for so long is gone? And I had all of that, and then one day I sat down here just in a pile, just in a heap of a mess. And with tears rolling down my eyes, I just said, because I can cry all day and pray the pain goes away, but I still reach for you in bed. And I can visit your grave, and as I'm walking away, I can still reach for your hand. And then that's when I knew the song was going to be called Reaching. Crazy scenario for somebody to be with somebody for so long. And somebody you always reach for their hand and it's always there. You always reach for them in bed and they're always there. And then one day they're not. The bridge also came pretty easy to this song. Just, it was heaven on earth from the first day that we met. But you took heaven with you when you left. And even though you feel so far away from me, I find myself reaching out for you. You know, ever since my grandmother passed away, my grandfather just like hasn't been the same, you know. That person is your life, and then when they're gone, then what? You know, so she took heaven with her when she left. I think in his eyes, and he's still doing good, man. He's still doing strong. I'm sorry about all the sad songs. I had a rough year last year, so, you know, I'm just glad that I kind of get to share that.